everybody. Welcome back to Bucks Beat podcast. This will be episode 116 as we turn the calendar to June and head into summer here in Metro Atlanta. Today's episode will focus on Georgia baseball, Georgia Bulldog baseball. Proud to have put on the Georgia baseball uniform back in the day. As you people watching on our YouTube channel can see, I've got my Georgia baseball jersey on today, at risk of being criticized by some of my colleagues for wearing a jersey to work. But I absolutely treasure those years back at Foley Field playing for the Georgia Bulldog baseball team. And I want you to know, too, I've cheered on every team and every player since my time in Athens. And as we started today, the elephant in the room is the Georgia baseball team season coming to an end way before they expected it to. A regional loss at home, very disappointing. It's not easy losing any time, but when you've got that home field edge like they had at Foley Field and come up short, it's just tough. And having played so tough, too, in tough circumstances there, letting one get away. They allowed a two-run ninth inning lead. As the rules stipulate, Georgia the home host, but not the home team. Georgia going into the top of the ninth inning, they've got a two-run lead, two runners in scoring position, nobody out, looking to extend and separate from Oklahoma State. And coming up really short, very disappointing, 3 consecutive strikeouts. And if you know baseball, you know you've got to put the bat on the ball in that situation. You've got to avoid striking out. 3 consecutive strikeouts. And even more frustrating was on each of those strikeouts, the ball up in the strike zone, up and out of the strike zone. The Georgia hitters being overly aggressive and chasing balls and coming up short because of it. You got to put the ball in play right there. You got to extend the lead. And that was a big factor in coming up short. You got to be better than that in that situation. And then in the bottom of the ninth, you still have a 2-run lead heading to the bottom of the ninth. And you start the inning, 4 consecutive balls, a free pass to get the inning started. And then you give up 2 bombs, 2 home runs that allows the Oklahoma State Cowboys to come away with an exciting victory for them, and really just such a disappointing loss for the Dawgs. Tremendously disappointing to end the season that way. My heart goes out to the Georgia Bulldog guys. Know their goal was to make it to the College World Series, take this program back, and they came up short. In these situations, and I've been a part of some tough losses through the years, and you try, to get away from the disappointment, you try to look and find some positives. And in this situation, I think there are a lot of positives moving forward for the Georgia baseball program. Look at what they did in Wes Johnson's second year. In his first year, the Bulldogs come up 1 victory shy of making it to the College World Series. Year number 2, the most regular season win since 1990 for Wes Johnson in year number 2. Pitching-wise, and this is where the impact was expected to be seen, was his expertise in pitching and developing pitching. Georgia pitching staff, the most strikeouts in Georgia baseball history in year number 2 under Wes Johnson. Offensively, led college baseball in home runs, playing in a facility, Foley Field. That ball just jumps out of Foley Field. They lost 100 home runs off last year's team, his first team at Georgia. Charlie Condon exits. They lost 100 home runs coming into this season. And they go out, and what do? They add Zaborowski, and they go out and I believe hit 145 home runs this season. Not Zabo, but the entire team. Led college baseball with the long ball. Looking ahead, man, they're going to lose a lot of impact players off this team. And it's just sort of the nature of the beast in college athletics right now. These coaches, it's tough to develop. You're hitting that transfer portal, and this baseball transfer portal has already opened up. Looking ahead, Georgia's going to lose a lot of impact players. Slade Alford, who was tremendous, transferring in from Mississippi State and starting at third base the last 2 seasons. Clutch, a leader, a winner. They're going to miss Slade Alford. Robbie Burnett played some really good baseball for the Dawgs. Zabo, as I mentioned, transfers in this year, gets off to a great start leading college baseball with home runs, suffered the injury and came back and finished up the season. Christian Adams, Henry Hunter, the catcher, is going to be moving on. Nolan McCarthy. And they might lose a couple of players in the draft they're going to have to replace. They've got an incoming freshman class that is highly thought of. Just hope they don't get drafted too high in the Major League Baseball draft. So they'll be back in a Bulldog uniform next season. Wes Johnson's going to hit the transfer portal. And the focus on moving forward, how do you get better? How do you improve? 2 outstanding teams, but seasons ending in a disappointing fashion. How do you get rid of that? How do you take it to Omaha with a chance of winning another national championship? Well, the first thing is you've got to improve the starting pitching. You've got to get some starters and go deeper into these games. When you get into the SEC tournament, need a stud or a 2 or 3 that you can hand the ball to and get 7 innings out of, 7 quality innings. Watch them dominate. Got to get some starters and go deeper into the games. When you get into the regionals, super regional, College World Series, you better be deep on the pitching staff. And I've got every confidence that Wes Johnson's going to make this happen. Find some starters and go deeper into the game. Look, you got to have more disciplined hitting, too. You got to quit chasing balls out of the strike zone. Look, you want to be aggressive in your approach. You want to be up there hunting fastballs, as Chipper told us last week. And look, my success at Georgia was built around that focus, was stepping up in each at bat, searching for a fastball in the strike zone to attack. And they've got to be more disciplined so they can add on, tack on some runs to separate from the opponent, late innings, which will allow you to win more of these big games. They're heading in a positive direction. Wes Johnson going into his 3rd year. Look at where he's at right now. Everybody in college baseball, high school baseball, they recognize that he's turned this Bulldog program around. Very impressive. You look at the Foley Field facility upgrade it's going to be huge as far as the impact in recruiting. When you bring a young man in on a visit, show him around, Foley Field now can match up with the other great facilities in the SEC. They've invested in Wes Johnson with the contract extension. So they did what they needed to do there. Certainly deserves it, Wes Johnson. He's the right guy at the right time, the right coach. These players love him. And he's going to lead this program into the future, working a fertile recruiting ground, having coached some travel ball, the youth league level here in Atlanta for 6 years, recognize the fact that there's a ton of young talent here in Metro Atlanta and really all over the state. Many of these young baseball players one day want to play in the big leagues, but a lot of them going to want to put on that Bulldog uniform and play for Wes Johnson. So fertile recruiting opportunities. I think Alford put it this way in the post-game press conference after the season ended. Alford, Bulldog third baseman, when asked what would he tell somebody looking to come play at Georgia, play baseball at Georgia, and Alford said, well, if you want to win, you come play for Wes Johnson. You want to develop into a major league caliber player, well, you want to come play for Wes Johnson. You want to play at a great program, then you'll come to Georgia and play some baseball. Many of these players out there, you're going to decide to come to Georgia. So I know a lot of the Georgia fans are disappointed right now. They were hoping to see the Bulldogs make that trip out to Omaha, but that day's coming. That day's coming really soon. Wes Johnson, just think the world of Wes and what he's capable of doing with this program. Look, Georgia Tech coming up short, and let me take the opportunity to say congratulations to Danny Hall, the Yellow Jackets baseball coach, who had an unprecedented career at Georgia Tech. A lot of great teams, a lot of great players, class guy, and want to wish Danny the best in his retirement there, stepping away from Georgia Tech baseball. But the Georgia baseball program, they're going to be a team on the move. And that road to Omaha has come up short here the last 2 years. And I know it's been a big disappointment. But Bulldog fans are going to be looking forward to tracking this team next season into the years to come with Coach Johnson leading this program. Hopefully we're going to see him back in the College World Series very soon, and I hopefully will be there cheering him on too. That's going to do it for this week's podcast, the early week podcast. We'll be back later this week with another. And remember, Buck Belue Show airing on 680 The Fan Monday through Friday when the Braves don't have a game in the early evening. Buck Belue Show from 6 to 8. And don't forget about that Saturday show, 9 to noon, right here on the college football voice of the South, Atlanta Sports Station, 680 The Fan. Have a great one, everybody.